Evening, everyone. Welcome to part 1.5. Not quite 2, not quite 1, somewhere in between. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Hopefully, no more reconnecting bugs. Bum 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 bum. Da, 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 da. Nothing like just getting the chance to say hi to you guys and the reconnecting bug happens. And I'll be upset if it happens again. Especially since I called this part 1.5 because I didn't want to call it part 2. But welcome in, Brother Saucy and Sister Jen. How are you guys both doing? Welcome in. But it just was one of those frustrating things because we had at one point when it was done reconnecting us that we had 13 people, but no guarantees they will stay or not, of course, even if they're all here, but it doesn't hurt to be wishful thinking, right? But tonight's going to be more World of Warcraft that we're working on getting our main to level 90. We'll probably get to 87 or 88 tonight is my goal, but we'll see because it is taking a little bit to grind the levels. And someone at my workplace reminded me that I might want to go to Dark Moon Fair so I can get the extra experience. So we might do that. Who knows? If it's still out available, because it might not be. Hope everyone's doing good. For those of you that never met me before, I'm Rhypi, where I do a variety of different games, variety of different dragon shapes on what's going on, by primarily those on this channel. So feel free to stop by as you want to. Feel free to say hi if you want to. Feel free to tell me how your day's going. Feel free to tell me a random fact. And worst case scenarios, let's not talk about that fact. Just depends on what's going on, to say the least. That's a different game, Brother Saucy. I don't know starting today why is it they did double experience or not, but usually it's not double experience for World of Warcraft. That's usually at some point they do time ways to where you can get more experience, but not. They rarely let it be double experience in World of Warcraft. That's more of a Call of Duty / Battlefield thing. If you have rested experience, you can get double experience, but they minimize how much double experience you can get now. So it's a little sad, to say the least. And I've thought about making sure that at some point today to maybe log into all my level 80s so they can start building their rested experience. Right now, just a touch unlimited experience, how limited they did it. It used to be before, like in the past, they would say that you can get like up to 2 levels of rested experience. I would by being around for a week of not playing a character. Now you have to be playing the game as other characters to get the rested experience. It has that feel right now. But I'm not 100% sure. No, thank you, Yuki. No, thank you. We're not interested in doing stunts. I'm not that kind of driver. Hello. Sorry that it autocorrected on you. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Thank you, Sistren. No need to be rude in chat. As for me, I don't need to look at that long to see what you guys are typing. So, hello. Oma, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in, bro. Hope your streams go good tonight for you. Because knowing you, it will. That's good to hear, brother. Oma. Much love to you. Just in case I forgot to say it. Hello, Debbie. How are you doing today? Welcome in. If I said your name wrong, feel free to let me know. Just the first way I think about when I'm pronouncing your name. As of one of my students. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody, as we're just chilling out, hanging out, talking to you guys as I see you guys in chat. Just depends on what's going on. Chillaxing for those of you that are just coming in right now. Looks like we have stop and go traffic at the moment, unfortunately, but it happens sometimes. Especially on a school day. We never know when there's an accident, especially in Texas-wise. But hope all is well with everyone as we're just chilling out and hanging out, talking to you guys as I see you guys. Wowza. I'm wondering if I should take an alternate path. Yeah, let's do the alternate path. So that's waiting in this long line. So I think this is one of the spots where there's a lot of waiting. Because I think I'm just trying to figure out how I want to get done. Feel free to say stuff in chat if you guys want to. Just if I don't respond right away, you guys know why. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. And just in case this happens, because I am going a slightly different route, I have not tested this for signal strength wise. If for some reason I cannot come back on while I'm going a new route, I'll turn back on the stream when I'm back to my usual path. So just to give you guys a heads up on that, if it does happen that the stream goes down. Welcome in everybody as we're just chilling out, hanging out, talking to you guys, talking about random stuff. Just depends on what's going on. But I know for me it's gonna be one of those days that no matter what, it seems like it's gonna be a heavy traffic day. Excuse me on the yawn. I just don't know what to expect yet. Hey Moon, how are you doing? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well, brother. At least you put your stream on. troubleshoot. Hello, Carson. Hello, Noah. How's things going? Man, I missed a lot. Oh well. Hey, do me a favor, Saucy. If he tries to do more, just hide him. You know who I'm talking about, Brother Saucy. But yeah, Carson, if you're still here, that you had to be in here for a little bit to get points, because you don't get points automatically in this chat. I just can't believe that it was not showing up. And sorry, Brother Moon, about not seeing you in chat right away. I'll have to apologize to him later, because I know he'll stop by again. Whether it's since this stream or the World of Warcraft stream, he's usually sometimes nearby. Depending on how busy he is doing his work or appearing on other people's channels. Just can't believe that my thing was not showing up. But that's the phone stream sometimes, is that I can be like, man, no one's typing, and then all of a sudden I see something and not realize that it was from 10 to 15 minutes ago sometimes. But I was like, keep typing in chat, because at the time I didn't see anything. I just thought it was funny that I randomly saw Moon's chat, and that's what let me know something was up, because I was like, okay, he's not saying his usual stuff. Then I scroll down, and I'm like, yeah, he did. Just didn't see his other stuff. So. I can believe that, Brother Oma. Both of us doing these streams, and wow, really, you went on the road that's being constructed? How careless of you, dude, or dudette. There's a reason why we're only on one lane. Then they just me trying to figure things out, because when it comes to World of Warcraft, I know I want to keep working on my main, and right now I'm trying to decide what other characters I want to play as at the moment, because I know eventually that they're gonna have it where there is bonus weekends or week. Who knows for sure how things will go. What was that recommendation? YouTube, no odd job question mark? Or no, yeah, no oddball job question mark. What? I know what oddball jobs can be, but why is that a question for chat? That doesn't make sense to me. Hello, Vishran. For me, it is Tuesday at 5 p.m. 5:11 p.m. So you're good. You're just ahead of me. Because I'm guessing, if I remember what time you just told me, I think you're in India or slightly east of India, if I remember right. So you're good. You're in the right time zone. It's just you're good. No, 140. No, you might be west of India. You might be closer to Bangladesh. So you're good. Because for me, it's Tuesday evening at 5 p.m. So I was right the first time. Nice. I was like, I know the conversion for time for us. I wasn't quite sure. Nice. It's nice why you're up in the morning, because probably preparing for the festival. No way you're saying it. What kind of festival, if you don't mind me asking? Okay. I just remember, for me wise, I don't always see everyone's holidays, so it's always cool to hear from people who are actually celebrating the festivals and not just in textbooks or online. So, how do you pronounce it normally? Because you were saying holly, so do you usually say holiday of something, or is it usually, do you usually call it something else? Okay. Okay, it just auto-corrected on you, weirdly. No worries. So, okay. That's cool. Hopefully the festivity goes well for you guys then. I've heard of the place. I know only tiny bits of what I've seen, so. Like not heard of some places, I've heard of some of the words, but not enough to say that I know everything, that I'm expert level or even advanced level. I would say I'm still a beginner. So feel free to tell me what you want me to know. Looks like Brother Saucy was happy to talk about it, because he's heard about them too. I can understand that. It's similar to some people for people who live in Mexico or Spain, they celebrate Dias de los Muertos after Halloween, but some of them, they don't always like to celebrate the year of someone passing, because they don't believe their spirit has made it to the other side yet. So, makes sense. Because if it's the same feeling for you guys, I understand completely. And you might have another reason that I don't think about. I'm just thinking about it from that. from what I know from other cultures. I understand that. Especially if at some point, depending on how you guys do the procedures for funerals, I know that it's definitely a rough day for you guys. Because before 2 days ago, you thought everything was going to be smooth. Makes sense, Fish Rat. Makes sense. Like you said, since it is a major holiday, everyone's always looking forward to it when they don't have to worry about someone passing on. Especially when it's less than a week before. That's kind of one of those cases, like, okay, how do I want to shift gears? Depending on if your family decides that they want to still celebrate the festival, or do they not celebrate it because of what happened. It's one of those, like, interesting questions to have. Right now, I'm driving a Escape. It's just right now we, at some point, need to get some of the belts replaced. So right now, so you're on the right brand. That is Ford. I understand that. I understand that. I just know for me, for my family, we've always had luck of buying Ford-related vehicles for us because we're able to get them in under 20K every time. We just get lucky like that. So whenever we need to buy a vehicle, that we're able to have it where the max payment is 20K, but we usually pay it for over 72 months or 60 months depending on the year. Oh gosh, Brother Saucy. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's been 10 plus years, right, this rant for you guys? So I remember in the early 2000s, you guys still had Ford. That wasn't until recent when that happened, right? Hello, Kyle. How are you doing? Welcome in. just gonna go this way so I don't have to worry about stop and go traffic. Hello, Bex. How are you doing today? Welcome in. If I said your name wrong, feel free to let me know. Yeah, makes sense. We're heading to my mom's workplace because I work as a high school math teacher and I just got installed in traffic. So normally I'm far up in the road, but looks like there's multiple accidents on the road. So yeah, I'm taking you guys on a slightly different path today. I teach mostly seniors / 12th grade, but I sometimes teach all grade levels depending on what's needed, because sometimes on my off period I'm covering a class. So just depends on what's going on. Nice fish rant. Do well on it. Just make sure you prepare for yourself if you're one of the students that need to. If you don't need to, just take it easy. I understand that, fish rant. Hopefully it's making some sense to you. And if it doesn't, don't be afraid to ask someone a question. So that way you're not waiting till the test day to ask those questions if you need to. But explains why you're up at 1 a.m. or close to 2 a.m. now for you. I understand that, yeah. Vectors can be a challenge depending on what tools are available for you to use. Yep, I'm a high school math teacher / college instructor. Why sometimes I don't always have a start time the same for every stream I do of these afternoon streams, because sometimes I have tutorials, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what's going on. Like, as far as what? I'm from Texas, and I know my voice doesn't always sound like it, but for me, it depends on what school you're talking about, because some schools are like the big schools like mine, where we have a decent amount of teachers, where there's between 80 and 120 of us teachers in the school. But there are some schools where they're considered a 1A or a 0A, where they only have at most 15 teachers for all 12 grade levels. So it can be interesting at times for people. And sometimes, like for me, I'm always teaching at schools that people are like, oh, don't go there. You don't know what's gonna happen. I've been fine usually making a positive difference in all those schools. Schools I'm at.